I'm super cold.
What? You're Russian. You should be used to the cold.
As someone who was Russian born and raised, the one stereotype I get a lot is that as a Russian, I should be very comfortable with near freezing temperatures, and that could not be further from the truth. I absolutely hate the cold, and that is the one stereotype I get consistently. If I'll complain about the cold, someone will turn to me and say, "Why are you complaining? You're Russian." In this video, I got YouTubers from around the world to share the biggest stereotype they get about their culture and how they feel about it. On to the video.
What's up, Marina and everybody watching? This is Mark Hashem.
I'm Dominic from the channel Get Germanized.
My name is Irina Fechenko. I'm Jiwon.
I'm Kai.
And we're Jai.
Funniest stereotype I sometimes deal with is when they get confused by my English name. They assume that I'm Muslim. Wait, your name is Mark? Aren't you like Arab? And like if you're Arab, you're supposed to be Muslim, so you're supposed to have an Arabic name. No, I'm Christian. There is such a thing.
The stereotype I hear the most about the Danes is that we are quite reserved, we don't smile a lot, and we are very hard to talk to. And I understand, but as a somewhat introvert Dane myself, I don't see the problem. No, I get that it can be really hard for foreigners to figure out how to make friends or more in Denmark, but I can assure you that we think we're being polite. Danes like their personal space and to mind their own business as a courtesy to your space. Most Danes don't want to do trivial small talk and will also be very bad at it. But if you come to us with a task like asking for directions, we will of course help you. Like 50% of us will still look like a deer stuck in headlights, but we will do our best.
As a Ukrainian woman, I receive a lot of comments. The only reason I came to Latin America is to marry a rich guy. Wrong. It's a very bad stereotype. And it's so strong that I also receive a lot of mails from guys asking me to help them to find a Ukrainian wife. Guys, be careful, don't get confused by this stereotype, don't get scammed by marriage agencies. Just travel to Ukraine, enjoy your staying there, and marry a woman you really love.
One stereotype which kinda annoys me though is the whole Danish people only wear black thing. I don't get that.
One of the most interesting stereotypes I came across about Japanese people is that we are sexually conservative. I don't necessarily conform to their stereotype. Just because it takes like 20 episodes in anime to just hold hands, it doesn't necessarily mean that we are all like that.
When we're sad, we drink. When we're happy, we drink. We celebrate, we drink. We mourn, we drink. It's a Friday, we drink. On a Saturday, we drink. And if you just, want to drink, you have a drink. It's a culture. I, for example, am sure able to hold a drink. I'm the coolest. But as it happens, I don't actually drink very often, maybe once a month, if that. And lots of people I know don't drink all the time. A lot of people I know do drink all the time, but as I said, not that much more than any other culture. We do have a funny attitude to it in Ireland, I'll grant you that. However, when it comes to the whole alcoholic thing, I definitely don't think we have more alcoholics than anywhere else. And we certainly don't use that term terribly often. It tends to be more the term fond of a drink. So if somebody you know passes out a lot and throws up on themselves, you'd say they're fond of a drink, not they're an alcoholic.
A stereotype about Icelandic people that I see so many times is that all Icelandic people dress like this. We don't all look like this. I feel like in movies and TV shows and skits, people from Iceland are always shown in something like this. Like, we do not dress like this every day. We are not all blonde with blue eyes. I just happen to be blonde.
The stereotype which I get all the time from foreigners is that Finns seems to be so shy and it seems that they don't have feelings at all, or they're at least very bad at expressing them. And to demonstrate this for you, let's have a look at a few examples. So believe it or not, even we Finns are humans and we do have feelings, but it's more about how and when do we express them.
People from all over the country here in Brazil think that we Cariocas are kind of baggy sometimes, but that's not true. at all. We can have beaches, beautiful people, good music, good nature, but we also work and have a normal life like everyone else.
You're from Amsterdam? No, from the city Eindhoven. Is that in Amsterdam? No, I am from the south of the country. You mean Amsterdam? No, I'm from the south. Oh my god, is that also in Amsterdam? Like, I've been there, great city. Yeah, I'm from Amsterdam.
Dicen que los argentinos nos creemos europeos. Yo soy 100% argentina, ¿eh? Pero bueno, mi abuelo es italiano, es checo, otros son polacos, otros son españoles. Dicen que los argentinos siempre usamos una única palabra. ¿Qué? Ah, no, es un boludo. Déjalo. ¡Ah! ¡Qué boluda! Dicen que los argentinos siempre comemos carne, que todo es asado, 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 pero sí, yo ayer comí eso, ¿lo naranja cómo era?
Zanahoria.
Una zanahoria.
Chicos, ya está el asado.
Va.
And one stereotype we all have to face as Germans is that all Germans are supposedly really cold and mean and serious all the time. But that is simply not true. What we do have a problem with as a society, in my humble opinion at least here in Germany, is that we are kind of a correction culture. You are doing this wrong and you are doing that wrong. And especially now in times of the coronavirus, everywhere in social media that Germans, other people too, repost videos of empty shelves of people acting the wrong way in the supermarket. And so that people can say, oh, this person, I would never do that. She should have acted this and that way instead. Yes, we do have a problem with that in our culture, but that does not mean that every German is mean or will not help you out in a pinch.
Most people in this world do not really have very strongly formed opinions on Canadians. And frankly, I found a lot of them to be quite profoundly disinterested in learning about us one way or another. The exception would be Americans, who, as our neighbors, are quite interested in Canada, but also have a lot of stereotypes about us that you often have to struggle to help them overcome. The one that exhausts me the most is just this idea that we Canadians are these fundamentally kind, compassionate, selfless people. I mean, it's very flattering, but it's not true. Canada has a ton of selfish jerks. If my car broke down in the middle of the road and I could only pick one random person of any nationality to help me out, I don't know if a Canadian would be my first choice.
Being that she's South Korean, I thought she must be very good at math.
I think I remember you asking me for help once. Saying that all Koreans are good at math is just not true. Myth. And something I get asked a lot about Kai is if he's really nationalistic. People joke like, Israel, it's number one.
Best falafel, best women, best everything. To me, G1 is number one.
And as a Swede, I often get to hear that we are very cold people. People don't like to get touched. No eye contact. They would never start the dance floor without alcohol. Very cold-hearted people. Which is actually a little bit true. As a very social person, sometimes my heart breaks because I can't even meet someone in the metro station and tell them, oh, I really like your jacket, because they'd be like, do you want something from me? If I would go to the club, Swedish men would never come up to me because they would stand in the corner and I would have to make a move.
I'm Russian that has never lived in Russia. I was born and raised in Latvia. Well, the first stereotype is that not all of the Russians live in Russia, because we all know the story of the USSR, and in those post-Soviet countries there are people like me who were born and raised in this country, but they're not Latvian. They might ask me, where is it? Is it a part of Russia? And the last stereotype is that Latvian and Russian must be very similar. No, these languages are completely different. So there are other people like me for whom such an easy question as where you're from or what's your nationality might be not as simple as it seems.
I think that open window is gonna make me sick.